All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Reset!
18! 36 to Mike.
I want that! Give me that ball, defense! Give me that ball!
50 points down, he's coming.
Kill! Hey, turn it up! Check 52.
Haywood.
Mike, 36. Mike!
Watson on first down.
Coming after you.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big-time play there for the Texans. 58 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, 31. Watch 36.
From the red zone now, Watson. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Check 56.
Yes. Hey, Delta.
Mike 56.
56.
Throwing on first down. Glenn. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Glenn throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to.
Let's go now.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Hey, zoom.
Mike, check 33.
Throwing again. Glenn. He's going to wind up and air it out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Watch twist.
After the interception, here's Watson.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Put your hands on motion, man.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. Now he's flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that will be incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
Let's take it inside his own 40. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Here we go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Smoke. Go.
Stay at home. Mike check 33. All day.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Alpha. Let's see what you got. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Glenn. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
56. Check 56. I'm coming for you, son. Check. Hot route. Hot. Watch out.
Check on the ball. Shoot.
Back to throw.
36.
Glenn. He's going to air one out. He's got it at the 15. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this one is over.
Go.
Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Wild Bill. Mike check 33.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, This unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
No gain on this defense. No
Looking
gain.
to throw. Glenn escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Ready? 18 Gator. Check Mike 33. Hey, orbit.
Mike check 33.
Big gripper.
Throwing on third and long. Glenn. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down.
Hey.
Mike check 33. 33. Good.
On fourth down, Glenn. Flush to his right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Watch that. 29.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Gregory.
Come on, baby, let's go.
Call that a very
Let's
strong
go.
gain of 24. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Shift. Watch 36. 36.
Let's go, defense. Our time. This is our time. Mike 36. Mike 36.
On 1st down, it's Watson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 13. We're scoreless after one. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play.
And they're going to sack him again, the 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. And this will be taken at the 13.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover two, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
There you go.
Go!
Hey, come on, no.
Bravo!
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
At the 14-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, Echo!
33. I'm trying to collect.
2nd and 11.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come
And
get some.
that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point up and through. And the lead is up to 5. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
26! Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Watch the screen.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Here I come.
Mike,
On 1st down, Watson.
Good try.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he lost the football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Glenn. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Horton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
30 base.
Hey, I'm coming.
On 1st down, Glenn. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Watch when he pours down, he's coming.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Come on,
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
I got one.
Check. Lucky.
Ship.
Down.
On 1st and 10, Glenn steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Glenn looking for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Hurry. Meet Griffin.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Glenn.
Watch the ball.
This will be caught inside the 10. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a 1st down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Watch 30. Fix the mic. Yo.
Mike 30.
Now Watson on 1st down.
Here we go.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Check.
On 2nd and 10, Watson sliding out of the pocket.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Alert! Go! Watch 36. 36 to Mike. I got you. I got you.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go.
Mike,
exit.
Mike, 56.
Go.
Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Cut.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
We got, let's bring it.
Operating from the gun.
Let's go, let's bring it.
Glenn.
Let's bring it. Check. Why?
Looking
Why?
left
Get
side,
wide.
and he's got a man. It's Horton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down
go,
just
boys,
shy
bring
of the
it up.
20. 11 yards there for Jacksonville, and a first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Let's go. 8, read.
Check 53.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just
do.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Ready.
Throwing on first
Mike,
down.
number 53.
Glenn.
Mike, 53.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for
And
this.
that
They
is
still playing
incomplete. Took a
Y'all playing
shot
the
there
wrong
on first
football.
down, but he couldn't reel it in. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
From 21 yards away. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, You can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Hey, Alpha, let's go get it.
53, check 53.
On first down,
I'm here all
Glenn.
day. I'm here all day.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts
Let's go.
as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Alert flare, alert
Hey, Haywood. Let's go.
Back to throw. Glenn. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Texans here on third down putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Now. Buzz.
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Two.
Off play action. Glenn. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Too fast, baby.
On the ready.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down.
Let's go, let's go.
Hey, orbit.
53, Mike, 53.
Go.
Pull it together.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Watch the run. 53's the Mike. 53
A
is the
final
Mike.
shot before
Here we
break.
go. Watch the
Glenn,
pass.
he'll let
Watch
this
the
go for the
pass.
end zone. And that is going to be incomplete.
Let's go.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 22. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And this one's incomplete. He misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
He's got a man that's caught left sideline. Touchdown, Houston. Miles Boykin 76 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Back to the air on second down. Glenn in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
53's Mike.
Hey, Echo.
25, check 25, check 25.
Throwing on third and long. Glenn got a man over the middle, and it's complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And he's got his man on the comebacker. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now left side on the swing pass. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Glenn. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will score. It's a touchdown. So now the Texans offense back onto the field. They'll line up and go for 2 here. From the gun, here's Watson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position of throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Delta.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Glenn. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Motion.
Hey, exit.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Watch the safety creep.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Rush in. Rush in.
Go.
Rush in.
Throwing on third and long. Glenn. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Motion. Reset. Watch safety creep. Creeping.
Hey, 59.
He's creeping.
Slam. Down him, go.
Watson now, throwing on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 12. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Boys, 56.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield to try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Yes.
Mike, 56.
Pick me up. Here we go.
To throw again. Glenn. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
56, right there, 56.
Hey, wahoo!
56, the mic, boys, 56.
Go.
56.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
On 1st and 10, Glenn looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Yeah, good job, O.
A big play there. 78 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
There we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 81 yards as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Sponge, sponge, sponge.
Ready?
Throwing on first down. Glenn. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. 1, 2, 3.
Look at me. Zipper.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
I'm coming.
Hey, orbit.
53. Mike. Rabbit.
Throwing again. Glenn escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a leg.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They go play action here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Glenn. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw on 3rd down. Glenn. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 11.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Check nickel.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Alert. Bandit. Kill.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom!
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Hot 7. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Target.
After the sack on 1st down, Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. 20 points down. He's coming. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
To throw is Watson. Throwing on 3rd and long.
I got him.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Taking it about the 16. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
Mike, 53.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
53.
On 1st down, Glenn.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Yo, go!
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Mike, 50.
Deep river.
Back to the air on second down. Glenn. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Looking to throw. Glenn. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 30-yard line.
Hey, seam six.
Motion, pop.
5.
From the gun, Glenn going up top. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots in the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Yes.
53 is the mic. Come on.
Check.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
To throw again on second down. Watson. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Joker, 24. Joker. Hey, 24.
On 3rd down, Watson. Trying to improvise. And that is incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. but you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues.
And look at this. They get the turnover. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And some room to roam now. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
At all costs.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Go. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Mike 56. 56.
Operating from the gun, Glenn. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
There we go. Out.
A great play there, with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on off.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Hey, Haywood.
Let's go.
On first and 10, Glenn.
53. Come on, baby. Come on,
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 5. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
3 down.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Shift.
54.
Check safety. Check. Crunch.
54.
Watson throwing again. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Watson to throw on third down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Watson.
It's just me and you.
Now he's forced out left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
They can't stop
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack.
Three buzz.
What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
All day, baby.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now Watson on 1st and 10. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just...
And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
On 4th down, Watson.
He can't hang.
Now a desperation throw deep. And this is intercepted. And that should... And oh, he coughed it up. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Watson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
He's checking Crab.
Hey, Buzz. Yo, Cheetah. Shoot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, orbit.
Let's go.
Now.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
I'm coming. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
I'm coming after you.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football.